There was one heck of a battle to get into the break today. Well, Jesper Phillips has started off the early moves, but finally we had ourselves an enormous rack of talent up the road. And as indeed the mountains came, the mountains went, they were ultimately to be wound in. It was a grind to the line, I think it's fair to say. Still at this point, half a minute to an exceptional group up the road, but it wasn't to be. Not for those who had ideas of carrying it all the way, the likes of Ghana, the likes of Magnus Cort, Simon Clark. They were heroes in their own right. And some that have thrived during this race found themselves off the back once the terrain just started to get a little bit more fatiguing. Well, they had to be collected at some point, so it proved to be. Last man standing from the breakaway, just finally wound in. A man who was sent up front, Vendram, to be a foil for Ben O'Connor for Decathlon AG2R. Caught as some of the punishing inclines of our big mountain test of the day started to bite. Jumbo-Visma, they called for pace. Steven Kruijswijk gave it, and on the steepest section, 11%. Guess who? Jonas Vingegaard went for it with 28.8 kilometers to go. Well, the gap, as he started to invoke a mountain time trial, just started to stretch. There was little separations and reformations between those behind. Ben O'Connor, brave with Jai Hindley from Bora Hansgrohe, also in the frame, and not giving up the ghost, those behind as well, including Juan Ayuso, led this race so brilliantly after taking the time trial on day one. Well, they were gathering themselves, but so was Vingegaard to go over the top. Some sketchy moments on the descent, it has to be said, but Vingegaard was just believing that he could carry it to the final ramps of the day and just make it pay. Over the top he went, dug in for a descent, which is a part of his skill set as well. Del Toro and Ayuso, few got out of shape, including Ben O'Connor and Movistar's Ivan Souza. Just a little bit of cross-country, proving how gnarly these roads can be. But it was a beautifully new-laid asphalt surface that was being ridden by this man. And he brought it home. 10 bonus seconds up the line as well. And it means that after all is said and done, the day belonged to him. Not only that, looks like the race will be too. He will head for the high ground tomorrow to finish off the battle plan. And then, of course, San Benedetto del Tronto, where he just has to bring it home. He's in charge for now. Let's see how tomorrow goes, but he looks uncatchable. This was the battle that was behind him, trying their level best to stay on terms. Well, it was about second place. Bonus seconds up for grabs, and it was all going to be on the throw. Ayuso was here. Udebrooks was trying to make a nuisance of himself. Jai Hindley was going for it. Ben O'Connor there in the blue. But Ayuso needed the seconds. You never know what might happen tomorrow. And he took them. 4 bonus seconds for him, meaning that he starts tomorrow's penultimate stage, the defining day really of the race, with a margin of 54 seconds, finishing the day before bonuses were taken and indeed advantages factored in. Ayuso finishing within that group, 1 minute and 12 down, but had led Vingegaard at the beginning of the day by 22 seconds. When you factor that in and the bonuses that Vingegaard took, 4 seconds more than Ayuso at the line, it means that the advantage overall is a slim 54 seconds between Vingegaard and Ayuso. But honestly, if it's Vingegaard that has the advantage in a mountain day tomorrow, that is not a slim margin. That is an emphatic statement. Vingegaard looking like our winner in waiting. It could be minor places for everybody else. Let's wait and see.